We now have a KHQA exclusive report to bring you tonight. The Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation has issued a 15-count complaint against a Quincy veterinarian. In a 17-page document, the department names 15 complaints against Dr. Andrew Kaiser. He owns Catherine Road Animal Hospital and the Raptor Rehabilitation Center. Now, Kaiser also oversees the Quincy City Animal Shelter. You can read all of those allegations right now at KHQA.com. Now, the document accuses Kaiser of a number of accusations, such as pulling 14 teeth from a pet animal during surgery without the owner's permission. According to the document, the pet bled to death. KHQA reached out to Dr. Kaiser for comment about the complaints tonight. He said he could not comment on the accusations until speaking with his lawyer. Quincy's Police Aldermanic Committee met tonight to discuss the city's future agreement with Dr. Kaiser. He also serves on the city's Animal Control Commission. City Attorney Ryan Schock said the information would be sent to the full council for review. We now have a KHQA exclusive report to bring you tonight. The Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation has issued a 15-count complaint against a Quincy veterinarian. In a 17-page document, the department names 15 complaints against Dr. Andrew Kaiser. He owns Catherine Road Animal Hospital and the Raptor Rehabilitation Center. Now, Kaiser also oversees the Quincy City Animal Shelter. You can read all of those allegations right now at KHQA.com. Now, the document accuses Kaiser of a number of accusations, such as pulling 14 teeth from a pet animal during surgery without the owner's permission. According to the document, the pet bled to death. KHQA reached out to Dr. Kaiser for comment about the complaints tonight. He said he could not comment on the accusations until speaking with his lawyer. Quincy's Police Aldermanic Committee met tonight to discuss the city's future agreement with Dr. Kaiser. He also serves on the city's Animal Control Commission. City Attorney Ryan Schock said the information would be sent to the full council for review.
For you.
A Quincy veterinarian who faces a 15-count complaint from the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation now faces criminal charges. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for KHQA News at 10. I'm Raja Maples. Now let's get you up to speed. The Adams County State's Attorney charged Dr. Andrew Kaiser with a criminal misdemeanor for cruelty to animals. Now, Kaiser owns Catherine Road Animal Hospital and the Raptor Rehabilitation Center. He also oversees the Quincy Animal Shelter, although the Quincy City Council voted to terminate its contract with him last month. Now, the criminal charges come less than 2 months after the IDFPR issued a 15-count complaint against him. Now, according to count 5 in that complaint, a dog named Oliver was admitted to Catherine Road Animal Hospital to have an anal gland removed on April 15th, 2015. Now, the Quincy veterinarian who faces that 15-count complaint from the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation, he basically appeared in Chicago earlier last month, Now, according to count 3 in the complaint, a dog owner took his pet to Catherine Road Animal Hospital for vaccines and to be neutered last summer. The complaint alleges Kaiser wrapped a leash around the dog's snout and neck multiple times, tying it in a knot. The complaint also claims because of the leash, Kaiser and his employees were unable to give the dog oxygen or check his vitals during the procedure. Kaiser responded to the complaints last month. As for what's next, he's scheduled to have a status hearing June 20th in Chicago. Now, KHQA reached out to Kaiser for comment, but was unable to reach him. I also reached out to attorney Lidie Vankavich tonight. She helped draft and revise Illinois' Humane Care for Animals Act in the early 2000s. She says, quote, "The amount of allegations are frightening. I've never seen so many complaints against one veterinarian in the state of Illinois," end quote. Now, Kaiser is next expected to appear in Adams County Court for criminal misdemeanor charge on May 20th. Thank you, Rich. Well, Quincy veterinarian now accused of animal abuse appeared in an Adams County courtroom this morning. Now, you're looking at exclusive video this morning of Dr. Andrew Kaiser today. He was walking into the courthouse with his defense attorneys Delmer Mitchell and Daniel McCleary. Now, Kaiser's defense attorneys asked that the hearing be continued. Assistant State's Attorney Jennifer Cifaldi agreed, as both sides have more investigative work to do for this case. Now, Kaiser is charged with a criminal misdemeanor for cruelty to animals. The offense is punishable by up to 364 days in jail, a $2,500 fine, and up to 2 years probation. The Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation named 15 complaints against Kaiser. He owns Catherine Road Animal Hospital and the Raptor Rehabilitation Center. Kaiser's next court appearance is July 1st.
Tonight, Quincy Police Chief Rob Copley explains the reason why the city's former animal shelter still has a sign in front of it that reads City of Quincy Animal Shelter.
Well, KHQA has received a lot of questions, comments, and concerns about Quincy's former animal shelter on North 24th Street. Tonight, we are working for you to set the record straight with new documents from the state, along with an exclusive one-on-one interview with Quincy Police Chief Rob Copley. This sign reads the City of Quincy Animal Shelter, but this building has not been the city's animal shelter for almost 2 months. Police Chief Rob Copley says the sign is legal.
They have been given authority through the state of Illinois Secretary of State's office to use that assumed name, and we cannot just go out and tell them to stop.
But Chief Copley says the city's attorney is working to remedy the confusion over the sign legally. Chief Copley also says this 24th Street building has been operating as an animal shelter, even though its animal shelter license expired June 30th. Chief Copley says the shelter does not need a state license to take in animals, but it does need one to grant adoptions.
In working with the Department of Agriculture investigator for this area, we've learned that according to him and his supervisor, there was a grace period in effect where no of these licenses will be dealt with until August 19th.
Chief Copley says a representative with Dr. Kaiser's shelter told Quincy Animal Control Officer Steve Scher this week that the building would not be open to the public or adopt out animals until proper paperwork was complete. KHQA filed this Freedom of Information request with the Department of Agriculture to find out if this shelter has reapplied for a new one. As of Friday, August 12th, the department told KHQA it had not received a license renewal application from Dr. Kaiser's facility. Chief Copley says Quincy's former animal shelter is located out of the city's jurisdiction. However, he says his department has stayed involved to address unfinished business such as the signage. Either the Adams County Sheriff's Office or the Illinois State Police would have to enforce any laws in that area. As far as a licensing enforcement, Chief Copley says that issue falls under the Illinois Department of Agriculture. Now, KHQA left messages for Dr. Andrew Kaiser, but our calls were not returned. Now, he faces a 15-count complaint from the Illinois Department of Professional and Financial Regulation for alleged animal cruelty. Here's what's next in that case. A formal hearing is now scheduled September 22nd in Chicago. Now, KHQA also tried reaching out to the animal shelter on 24th Street. We were not able to talk directly with anyone, but we did find this sign on the door. It reads, quote, "Big positive changes are coming," and that the facility is changing over to a no-kill positive reinforcement private animal rescue. The sign also reads the building will be closed to the public for adoptions while it awaits its new licensing as an animal rescue facility. Okay, so I am going live from the city animal shelter on North 24th Street in Quincy. Here's what's happened the past 48 hours. A representative told the Quincy Police Department that it would not be open to the public and it would not adopt animals out because it does not have a license through the Illinois Department of Agriculture. You must have a license to adopt animals out through the state. Okay, so now it is Wednesday. That happened on Monday, and people are concerned that these 70 animals that are still inside this building are not being cared for properly. They're scared that no one is showing up. As you can see, there are no cars parked in the parking lot, and that has people concerned that no one is taking care of the animals. Thus, that is why all of these protesters right here have come out to picket. They have signs that read, "Set them free," and I'll show you all the signs right now. Can I see your sign? Okay, so save the animals, if you can see this, save the animals. So why did you decide to come out today?
Because we like animals and our mom's a vet. Okay. So we also have this that says "Stop the Abuse Now." We have We have signs.
They were not there. Hello?
May I see your signs for Facebook Live? Can you turn them around so I can show Facebook?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're fine. Shut the butcher down is what this sign says. We are their voice. Of course, they are talking about the animals that are left inside the animal shelter right now. So then we have protesters down here.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Quincy. Right now, you're looking at protesters who've gathered at the City of Quincy Animal Shelter on North 24th Street. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for KHQA News at 5 tonight. KHQA's Raja Maples has been following this story from the beginning, and she joins us now live from that facility to show you what's happening right now. Raja.
David, let's bring you up to speed on what has transpired the past 48 hours. Now, on Monday, the City of Quincy Animal Shelter told the Quincy Police Department it would close to the public and stopped adopting out animals, both dogs and cats, and that's all because it does not have an animal shelter license through the Illinois Department of Agriculture. Now, here's the catch. I've heard from many viewers saying that they are concerned about the remaining animals left inside this building, and that's why these people are protesting outside the city animal shelter on North 24th Street. I've received reports that there are about 50 cats and about a dozen dogs inside this building. Now, the building's door right now has this sign on it. It reads, "Big positive changes are coming," and that the facility is changing over to a no-kill positive reinforcement private animal rescue. The sign also reads, "The building will be closed to the public for adoptions while it awaits its new licensing." Now, I reached out to Catherine Road Animal Hospital. That's where Dr. Andrew Kaiser works, and he owns this building, and I spoke with a representative about 15 minutes ago. She assured me and the public that staff were showing up every day to care for these animals on a day-to-day basis, and that the public has nothing to worry about. Reporting live from North 24th Street in Quincy, I'm Raja Maples. Back to you. Well, here's an update to a story we first told you yesterday. The animals at the Quincy Animal Shelter on North 24th Street are now healthy and in no danger. Now, that's the word from the Adams County Sheriff's Office. Captain Richard Ragnar told KHQA that the animal control warden walked the shelter at around 9:30 a.m. today. He stated that Deputy Dolman saw no issues and that all of the animals appeared healthy and with plenty of food and water.
An Adams County judge continues the case against a Quincy veterinarian charged with a criminal misdemeanor for cruelty to animals.
Dr. Andrew Kaiser is now set to appear in an Adams County courtroom on October 28th. Now, he faces a 15-count complaint against him by the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation. Assistant State's Attorney Jennifer Cifaldi stated during that 10-minute hearing today that she has received multiple letters from the public asking that Kaiser not have any further contact with animals. But Cifaldi says that decision will be left up to the state as to whether or not to revoke Kaiser's license.
The letters that we've received have been about asking the court to make it a bond condition where he could not have any contact with animals. In essence, that's asking the court to revoke his license to practice veterinary medicine, and we can't do that.
Now, Cifaldi also asked that a final plea be entered at the October 28th hearing. A pre-hearing has been set for September 22nd in Chicago by the IDFBR. Attorneys for Kaiser declined to comment on the case. Now, if convicted, Kaiser faces up to 364 days in jail, a $2,500 fine, and 2 years of probation.